92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for a second date update today feels like he was the victim of a pity date.
Oh, no.
You know what that is? Where somebody goes out with you just because they know that you like them a lot, so they throw you a bone and then never call you again. That's what he's worried about. His name is Dave. Dave, I've been out on a lot of pity dates in my day. A lot of them. Yeah, it's usually me taking pity on the girl.
Yeah, right.
You know, sure, fine, all right, if you keep asking, I guess I'll go out with you. So I've never been in your shoes, Dave. But first of all, tell us a little bit about the girl that you went out with. What's her name?
All right, hey guys. So her name is Emma, and
Okay.
we worked together for 3 years. And I always liked her. You know, she's got freckles and red hair. She's just so cute, and so the whole time we got along great.
Yeah, did you guys flirt at work?
I thought we did.
You feel like she likes you?
Well, she's no longer here, so I mean.
Oh, she doesn't work with you
So
anymore?
after your date, she quit.
Well, she had put. Yeah, I guess. I mean, she put in.
What do you? Okay, I'm very confused now, Dave. All right, your email said that she was a coworker. You guys worked together.
Yeah, but I mean, she found another job. She said she was leaving for another better job.
Okay.
And
And this is before your date or after your date?
she found the job before our date, but she left like right after our date.
Okay. All right. That was just the confusing part. So, did you feel like you guys were flirty at work when she was there?
I did, yes.
You did.
Why
Okay.
did it take you 3 years to work up enough courage to ask her out?
Well, I don't know, because she's not the like one night stand kind of girl. You know, she's somebody that I really liked and thought it could go. I don't know, progress more.
Let me ask you a question, Dave.
So nervous.
Yeah.
You got a lot of one night stand girls in your life, because I can't picture you really hooking up a lot of one night stands, man. I'm not trying to be mean.
Nah, you know, that's just not me.
Okay.
No.
All right.
That's okay.
So what'd you guys do on your date? Well, first of all, how'd you finally get up the courage to ask her out then?
Well, it was her last day, and she was in the break room.
Okay.
So it's now or never. So I approached her and I told her that I know we've been friends for this long, but I've liked you since the moment I saw you, and I'd hate to have you leave without me doing this. So I know I would regret it if I didn't do it. So
Yeah.
I said, "Will you go out to dinner with me tonight?"
That is
Did you
so
say it exactly
cute.
like that? Will you go out to dinner with me tonight? Or was it a little smoother than that, Dave?
I guess it was a little like that.
I mean, if you gave her all that other information about how you've wanted to ask her out since day one, what was her reaction? I mean, did she seem taken aback, or was she kind of like, oh?
I guess a little of both. That's why I don't know if it was pity or if it was like she was swept off her feet sort of thing.
Well, she probably thought it was endearing. And
Yeah.
if you're nervous, it shows you're being genuine.
So you can't tell if she was really interested or she was just like, oh, that's sweet. I'll go out with him.
Yeah, 'cause now, I mean, the reason I thought now that it was a pity date is because, we had a great time. Had a drink or two. But then after, she went to hang out with her friends. She was meeting up with some friends. And then, like, every time I try to talk to her, she says she's too busy at work.
Okay.
So at the end of the date, she didn't invite you along to go meet her friends. She just left.
Yeah.
Did you get a kiss or anything like that?
On the cheek.
You got a kiss on the cheek.
Ooh,
She
yeah.
said she went to meet her friends.
Need a kiss.
She's texted you back, though. That's nice, because normally people just ignore someone if they don't want to see them again.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And you said that what did she said to you?
Well, she said she's too busy right now.
Okay. That's a pretty standard blow-off statement right there. So
Yeah.
Dave, you've been blown off, basically. What exactly are you hoping to get out of the second date update?
This is a girl that I've liked her for 3 years, so first I want to know if it was a pity date, and if not, I want to see where this can go.
Okay, you think you can convince her to go out with you again?
Yeah, I do. If she knows how much I like her.
All right, well, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, man.
Cool.
Hang
Thank
on. Okay. What are you doing over there, Dave?
Just fall down.
Yeah.
You.
What are you doing?
Well, just a little nervous. So
Okay. You're nervous, so what are you doing? Yeah, it sounds like you're shuffling papers and...
sometimes I get a little lightheaded. So I'm just breathing.
Okay.
All right.
Sit down,
Hey, man.
Dave.
All right, so hang out, breathe for like 4 minutes, and then we'll be back and do your second date update, okay?
All right, cool. Thanks.
All right, hang on.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You know, normally at the beginning of these second date updates, I try to say something funny to make everybody laugh, but today, I'm just hoping Dave is still alive. Dave, are you there?
Yeah.
All right. If you missed the first part of the second date update, Dave is on the phone. He wants us to call this girl named Emma. She's a coworker, or she was a coworker. He asked her out last couple of days before she was leaving because he had a crush on her forever. They went out. She's been blowing him off ever since. But the interesting part was when we finished up talking to Dave about his date, you were all over the place, man. Like, you sounded like you were about ready to pass out. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm just a little nervous.
Okay.
Take deep
Is this normal for you?
I guess.
Is
Yeah.
anything normal for you, Dave?
Just to let you know, Dave, we do have paramedics standing by, all right? I've already alerted them, so if you pass out, you'll be okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right, man. Well, I'm going to dial the phone number right now and ask her about your date, okay?
It's a paper shuffling thing.
Yeah, what is the paper shot? I don't get it. Dave,
Yeah, I'm just
you good?
getting. Yeah, go.
Is that
All right.
is
Hey,
that
no, he said go. I'm going right
Okay.
now because I don't want to lose Dave.
Oh, Dave.
Hello,
Hi, I was looking for Emma.
this is Emma.
Emma, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
Okay. You ever listen to our radio show?
No, I'm not really in the car at that time, so.
Okay. Well, you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and he liked you a lot. So he wanted me to call you, see if I could get you on the phone, and ask why you've been blowing him off since you guys went out.
Okay, who told you that?
His name is Dave.
Oh.
You know Dave. You used to work with Dave. We've talked to him, and he's a very nice guy. But he's just curious if he did something wrong on your date, and that's why you've been kind of blowing him off, giving him the busy excuse.
He's a really nice guy. He is a sweet person. He's not really my type of guy, but I really didn't even know we were going out on a date.
Oh,
When he
did you
asked
think it was a friendship thing?
Well, yeah, because we worked together for many years. He's always so sweet to me. He'd always, bring me coffee from the break room. And when I told him I was leaving, he looked really upset. And so I thought we'd, hang out as coworkers since I was leaving. You know how people do that when people leave a job. You know what I mean?
sure.
Everyone gets together.
Yeah.
And I thought that's what he meant. And I thought that's what we were doing until, the day of. And he was insisting on picking me up, which was a red flag where I was like, oh no, I think he thinks this is a date.
Let me ask you a question, Emma. When we talked to Dave, he said he had a crush on you the whole time he was working with you. Did you know that he had a crush on you, or was that when it became obvious?
Oh no, I could tell. Girls know. And I could tell he had a little crush on me, but I still thought it was just a friendly, we don't have that kind of romantic vibe at all as far as I could see, even though he had a crush on me.
Didn't he tell you, though, when he asked you out, I've been wanting to do this since the day I saw you?
He was kind of mumbling. I really wasn't sure. Sometimes it's hard to understand what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But, I really thought it was a hangout until, he insisted on picking me up at my house. And then he showed up with, a dozen red roses. And so I was like, oh, no, he definitely thought it was a date.
Still could have been a work hangout at that point. I give all of my coworkers roses all the time.
Jose loves it.
So at that point you knew it was more than just a coworker hangout.
Yeah, for 100% knew.
Okay.
Again, he is a really sweet person, and he was actually the nicest to me. at my job out of anyone for the whole time I worked there.
He sounds like a really nice guy.
Yeah, he does.
We've talked to him a little bit about your date, that you don't think it should have been a date, but did you enjoy it?
It was so awkward, you guys. It was like he had the waitress put his plate like on the same side as me, so instead of sitting across like two regular people, he sat right next to me.
All right, some people do that though. He's kind of an awkward dude, huh?
I know him from being a coworker, and he's always kind of like mumbly and nervous and awkward. But again, he is a really nice person, so I didn't want to be, I wanted to let him down easy kind of thing, without hurting his feelings. But I've never seen him so nervous. And
probably because he likes you.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I guess so.
Is there anything attractive about him that if you were to step back and try to see him in a romantic light, could you?
He's not the kind of guy I am attracted to generally, so...
I bet you he's a stallion in the bedroom, Emma. You ever think about that? No.
No, I don't think so.
Well, would you be willing to at least tell him the reason why you've been kind of blowing him off, instead of just saying that you're busy? Just let him know, hey, you're not really my type.
I think that would be really awkward.
I do too, Emma, and that's why I want to make it happen, because Dave is actually on the phone listening right now.
No, are you serious?
Yep.
I know I am a little nervous at first, but I could become the man you want me to be.
Yeah, I don't think so, Dave. There's a lot of girls out there, and I think you should keep trying, to maybe find someone that's a better fit for you.
Dave, are you okay, man?
Yeah.
Do you feel like she's making the wrong decision here?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't do this if I didn't really like her. And Emma, go out on one more date with me. I promise you, I won't be awkward like you said.
Dave, I did have a nice time on our date, and I think we really do get along. It's just that you're so nervous, and you just seem to have so many anxieties that I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know. I'm nervous, but this is just because I care about something so much that, this comes up. But, we always got along great, didn't we?
We did get along really well. And you are a good-looking guy.
Really? You think I'm really good looking?
Well, yeah. You are. You're just, a little nervous, but you are good looking. You have a really, handsome face.
See, Dave, you hear that? You're sexy.
Yeah.
Well, this is awesome.
That's the way I feel when a girl calls me good looking too, man. Dave, what do you keep doing?
I'm just breathing.
Okay. Emma, what do you think?
I don't know.
Hold on a second. Dave.
Yeah.
What are you doing, dude?
Okay?
You're making so much noise.
I'll stop.
No,
What are you doing, though? Why are you making so much noise?
It's a paper bag.
A paper
Sorry,
bag?
it's too loud.
You're breathing into a paper bag?
Yeah.
Okay.
But here, I'll put it down.
Yeah, put the paper bag down for a second if you can, all right?
Dave.
Emma, would you like to go out on a second date with Dave? I will pay for it. Give him one more shot. He sounds like a great guy. He'll leave the paper bag at home so he won't be making so much noise.
I would say this, that of all the guys I've ever dated, Dave is definitely probably the sweetest and most caring and considerate and nicest. He may not be polished and he's a little bit rough around the edges, but I know he would go to the ends of the earth for me, so...
Well, then why not go out with him again? The ends of the earth for you? Jesus. That sounds like somebody I'd want to spend some time with.
Yeah, I would. I really like you.
Okay. I will go out on a date with you, Dave.
There you go. Congratulations, Dave. Dave.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You got a second date.
Whew.
You gonna be okay?
Oh, Dave.
Dave, are you breathing into the bag again, Dave?
Well, now it's some excitement, man.
All right, then keep breathing into the bag then.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
A lot of people texting in at 78592 saying that was their favorite second date update we've ever had.
Yeah.
Oh, poor old nervous Dave. If you missed it, you can hear it online shortly at MOViN925.com.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know, sometimes for the second date updates, people are trying to figure out if the person that they met is the love of their life.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, like Claire, who's on the phone to do a second date update today, sometimes they're just trying to figure out if the person they met is actually married. And that's why they won't go out with them again.
Uh-oh.
What's up, Claire? Sounds like you've got a bit of a problem.
Hi, yeah. Whenever I envision myself being on this segment, I always thought it would be the person calling me and why am I not calling back? So this is
Yeah.
super awkward starting out.
We always want to be the person on the other end, don't we?
Yeah. So things have changed, and I read your email, and it says you think the guy that you went out with might be married?
I mean, that's a theory that I have. I have no idea. It's just been a chain of events that have been leading up to this. So there's got to be something else going on because it's just not adding up.
Yeah.
Do you want the background of it so everyone will know what happened?
I don't know
Tell us the
anything.
story. How'd you meet the guy?
A few weeks back, me and my girlfriends were at a bar, just drinking, hanging out, and there was a guy that's chilling next to us. So we kind
Okay,
of just...
good. I thought you were going to say it was a guy and his wife. And then,
No, no, very single seeming guys. And we just kind of hit it off. I was a little tipsy, but not super drunk or anything.
And what did you like about him, in those first moments?
To be honest, at first glance, I'm this is who you think of as the tall, dark, and handsome. He's got to have a girlfriend. But then we start talking, and he's doing impressions, Real Housewives stuff, this random. I was this guy's so bizarre, but that's what I liked about it.
or he has multiple personalities, it sounds like.
Exactly. It could be one or the other.
So what happened that night? I mean, you guys hung out at the bar for how long?
We hung out a few hours. I mean, at the end of the night, we did have a little moment. We had a kiss, just, really quick.
You still sound kind of like you have butterflies over it.
I know. See, I'm totally that girl right now. I hate this, but I don't know what else to do. None of my friends have any good advice, so I don't know.
So was this before or after his wife came to pick him up?
No, he left with the guys. They Ubered home. So basically, I gave him my number, and before I get into bed, I get a text, and it's him, and he says something kind of clever and funny, and I'm just going to bed thinking how cute is he? And he already texted me, so I'm just feeling great.
Nice.
Yeah, because you think this guy's super into you, and you guys are going to hang out, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so then he was traveling out of town with work and stuff. He was super busy, so we're texting a ton. I would text him a picture of my breakfast or some, stupidest stuff.
I thought you were going to say breasts.
Yeah, so did I. I was like, whoa.
No.
I'm like, oh, I
That
get
got a lot
that,
more
but-
boring for me,
wow,
a picture of my breakfast. I'm like, oh, it wasn't that hot and heavy then.
Oh, no. But, we did get a little bit, at night. If he was traveling, he'd be I'm lonely, and we kind of,
Oh.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
Nice.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you guys had a text relationship, and then when did he disappear?
He didn't quite disappear, but I'm just why are you always busy? And one night he's like, okay, I'm in town, let's meet up. So we thought it'd be like cute to meet up at the same bar that we had met at. So I'm like all excited and we get there and he just was kind of acting a little off. Like I just thought like maybe he was jet lagged. He just was being very formal.
I mean, maybe he was nervous, though, because that's a lot leading up to this one moment where you finally see each other again.
Exactly, and it's a little awkward. I mean, no big red flag. I wasn't, like, concerned. I just thought it was a little weird. So we go in, and it's like this revolving door thing. He, like, leads me, and I go in first, and he goes in behind me. And the back of my jacket, something happens where it's, like, stuck in the thing, and it, like, jams up.
So you got your clothes stuck in the revolving door.
Yeah, so it's just, like, super awkward, and I'm kind of laughing it off, but we have to have, like, the people from the restaurant, like, come out, and they, like, did something where they had to, like, help it because he was kind of, like, caught in there, too.
How long were you guys trapped inside the revolving door?
In my head, it was, like, an hour, but it was really only, like, 5 or 6 minutes. It wasn't that long.
Okay.
Long enough to be an awkward start to your first date.
Or great, because they say when your life flashes before your eyes, it really brings people together.
Well, I hope, but that's not really what happened. So basically, we get all unstuck, and I'm just like, okay, we just gonna have a drink and, like, get this back on track. I'm like, I'm done with my glass of wine. I'm gonna, get ready to order one more. And before I can even, like, say, like, another round, he's like, check, please. Like, he kind of interjects. It was weird.
So you guys had, like, a 20-minute date, basically.
25 if you're counting, like, the door debacle. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I think we should count that in just to make it a little longer.
So I asked him, and I was like, hey, is everything okay? And he's just like, nothing's wrong. He's just like, I'm exhausted. Like, work is actually, like, really insane. We go our separate ways. And, yeah, like, it was just not, like, the date that I had, like, built up in my head.
So how many times have you guys talked since then?
Since then, it's been, like, 8 or 9 days. And he has been, like, so busy. And in that time, like, I have not heard back.
That totally sucks, because I bet you were, like, on board. Like, finally I met a guy that I'm super interested in. And
yes, and it's like they either have the looks or the personality. I'm like, this is, full package, and I can totally, we're on the same level. It's like, it just felt so easy, and then it felt so forced. And I'm like, there's something I'm not seeing, or I'm missing, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, is he married? Does he have a girlfriend? Like, he's just like two different people from the first time I met him, and I'm just like turning into like that girl that is like obsessing.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call him and get your second date update and hopefully get an answer, okay?
All right, thank you guys.
You're welcome, hang on.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know what they say, when one door closes, another one opens in its place.
oh, that's motivational.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, it's a revolving door and you get stuck in it, because that means you won't get a call back for a date. And that's what happened to Claire, who's on the phone today to do a second date update. She wants to call a dude named Jordan. They met at a bar and then texted for a while back and forth. He was on the road, busy with work, I guess, and then he finally got back to town and they arranged to go on a date. But now he's not calling her back, and she thinks that the reason could be one of two things. Either he's married,
Yeah.
or because she got stuck in a revolving door at the restaurant and the staff had to come help them get out of it. So we'll find out which one it is in just a second. Claire, we're about to call him. Do you have any final thoughts before we do that?
Don't even ask me, because I'm like already like nervous, so I just wanted to do it. Can't even think about it.
But if he's married, I mean, that's something that's not you. So at least you won't feel so bad about that. And
Unless, of course, he got married after your date. He's like, I went on a date with her and then I realized I couldn't be single again, so I got married to the first person I could find. Then it's you.
Oh, come on.
Well, thank you for putting that in my head. That's a scenario that I
No
did not.
problem.
Yeah, always spinning things positively.
All right, I'm going to dial his phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Jordan, please?
Yeah, this is Jordan.
Hey, Jordan, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with what company is Brooke and Jubal.
Yeah, Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show, actually.
Why would a radio show be calling me? I'm confused.
Well, because we actually got an email about you from one of our listeners.
I don't think I really know any of your listeners. I don't even know who you are.
Well, that's a very good point.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it is a great point, but you do actually know one of our listeners, and you went on a date with her, actually.
Really?
Her name is Claire.
Yeah, I wanted a date with Claire.
Yeah. Well, Claire told us a little bit about how you guys met and how you texted back and forth for a while, and then you finally met up, and then you kind of cut the date short and haven't texted her ever since.
So this is a segment I'm going to talk about kind of what happens.
We'd like you to.
Yeah.
Claire would also like you to.
And people do this, like they talk about the date, what went wrong to you.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Not all the time, I guess, but Claire really liked you a lot, so she's wondering too.
She's like totally clueless. And it sounds like your date was pretty lame.
I mean, it wasn't even the date. There's so much more to it, guys. I don't even know where to start, really.
Can you tell us anything?
I mean, I can say that, like, it was my fault. Like, she shouldn't feel bad about anything because it's 100% on me.
Oh, what?
You're married just like she thought, aren't you?
She thought I was married? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, why
She
else
says that's the only thing she could think of because you guys texted back and forth a lot. You said you were constantly busy, and then you met up with her real quick, and the only thing she can think is that you have some sort of secret going on, like girlfriend or a wife or something that she doesn't know about.
She thinks I'm that horrible of a person?
Well, it's an option.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. She doesn't know how horrible you are. She just wants to find out how horrible you are.
I'm not horrible. I just feel bad, guys. Like, I feel really bad about this.
So you did do something bad.
No, I didn't do anything bad. I mean, like, okay, so I don't know if she said we met out one night. She was with a bunch of girlfriends, and I was with a bunch of guy friends. And there was this girl there, this blonde girl, that was beautiful, that I was really into. And I was really excited. Like, I really was excited about this girl.
Okay.
So that happened. We had fun, whatever. We exchanged numbers.
Okay.
And so when the date happened, I was super nervous. I was like, I'm going out with that girl finally. And I got to the restaurant, and then there was a stranger there. She approached me and hugged me right away. Right away. She knew my name, and I was, like, super skeezed out. Like, I didn't know who she was, why she was hugging me. And she, you know, was like, oh, my God, it's so good to finally see you again. And I was like, what?
What?
So
the girl that I was talking to that night that I was, like, interested in wasn't the person I thought it was.
So wait. Are they two different people, or did you just not remember what Claire looks like for some reason?
So Claire, in my head, was that blonde girl that I talked about. It wasn't Claire, the girl that I met at the restaurant. For lack of better words, like, the person I've been texting wasn't the person I thought it was.
Okay.
So you thought Claire was this other girl until you showed up to meet her for your date?
Yes.
But
Exactly.
wait, but you kissed Claire the night that you met her.
To be honest, I don't remember that. But, you know, I mean, we were...
Okay, so you were obviously pretty drunk when you met Claire.
I didn't meet Claire, though. I mean, I guess I did meet Claire, but I didn't...
You made out with Claire.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, I guess I did kiss someone. I kind of remember, but in my head, it was that blonde girl that I talked about. It wasn't Claire, the girl that I met at the restaurant. It was not even close to her. I mean, it wasn't her.
You mixed them
Oh
up.
my God.
All right.
Okay, I understand that there's could be some shock in expecting one person and getting a different person, but you guys still had like a 2-week conversation where you really connected with Claire.
I mean, I don't know, though. It was like I thought it was this other girl. I mean, this other girl was beautiful, this blonde girl.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that Claire's not beautiful. She is. It's just like I was like I got catfished or something. Like in my head, it was this one girl, and then when I meet Claire, it was like I couldn't even get past the fact that it wasn't this blonde girl. It's just a mess, guys.
You basically catfished yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, I absolutely did, and I've been
Well-
that side. But I'm not a mean-spirited guy. Like you guys got to get this. Like I feel horrible about that.
Jordan, I hate to add another surprise to the whole thing, but Claire, the girl that you met, is actually on the phone listening and wants to talk to you.
Oh come on.
Jordan, stop. Like, this is so hard for me to stay quiet. Like, what are you doing? Okay, Jordan, please. Just tell him the truth because, like, I know you're joking. You know you're joking, and this is, like, embarrassing to me if you're, like, doing this. Just
No,
please.
this is the absolute
This is
truth.
like-
Why do you think it was so awkward? Like, why do you think I left after one drink? Because you weren't who I thought you were.
Oh.
It's my fault. I'm not making...
See, they're taking this seriously. They're taking you seriously right now. You're wasting people's time.
I think he's serious,
Wait.
though.
Yeah, he sounds serious to me, Claire.
I'm so sorry, Claire, but I thought you were your friend, that's the blonde girl.
No, Rachel, you did barely talk to her. Stop.
I talked to her a lot. I don't remember talking to you that much. I mean, I don't know what. It's awkward. I know this is horrible, but I don't remember talking to you that much. I remember talking.
This is not real. This is not real. No, this is fake. Are you kidding me? Are you being serious?
No,
Tell me right now. Like, be serious.
I am being serious. I'm absolutely being serious.
Do you swear?
We were all drinking. Of course I swear. I'm not lying. I'm not making up some excuse that, I like, the blonde girl. Like, I thought you were the blonde girl.
No, I sent you pictures. Wouldn't you have just said, like, oh, I'm the wrong person? Like, you should have said something then. Like, hello.
Because that's the thing. You didn't send pictures of your face. Why did you never send me a picture of your face?
Now it's her fault.
Yeah.
The reason I'm not sending you pictures of my face is because you never wanted pictures of my face. You weren't asking me for that.
No guy ever really does. Claire.
Claire, can I just ask you, it sounds like he was wasted the night you guys met. Did you not realize he was that drunk?
Well, I was a little drunk too, but, like, Jordan, like, why didn't you, when you saw me at the restaurant, why didn't you say something?
Because I felt horrible.
Yeah.
Because it was my fault. I screwed up. I dropped the ball. I thought you were somebody else.
I mean, I just feel like this can't. So, like, you, this whole time, you're thinking that I'm my friend Rachel this entire time.
Is Rachel the blonde girl?
Yeah.
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 I would love to. I would love if you could connect me with Rachel because I thought that's who you were the entire time.
Dude, do not right now. That is.
She's not even fun.
She's not even fun.
She's not even fun. Well, that leads me to this question. Jordan, would you like to go out on a second date with Claire? We will pay for it.
I really feel like you should. Like, now that the shock is worn off, maybe you can just look at her as Claire and it could actually work out.
And all those text conversations, like, that was like me and that was you. So clearly, like, we were laughing and we were joking when you know, it didn't matter what I looked like.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could do a second date. I mean, I think I owe it to you, and I think we owe it to ourselves to actually sit down and have, a meal together and see if there's anything there.
Wow.
Well, I don't want you to do it out of, like, charity. Like, do you want to go out with me? Like,
No, I'm not doing it out of charity, but I feel bad, so yeah, sure.
Oh, wow.
yeah, I mean, like, that would be great. Yeah.
Okay. So congratulations, Claire. You got your second date.
Yeah. Obviously not the way that I saw it, but that's good.
Hey.
Claire, I'm sorry that whole thing, it went down like that.
No, I think it's a good ending overall, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Cool. You know what? I usually don't suggest where people go on their second date, but I think you guys should go out on another group thing. Like maybe Claire, bring your friend Rachel, even.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Sweet, I can bring some friends, yeah.
Yeah, don't ever hang out with Rachel.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says that was the most romantic second date update I've ever heard.
Really?
Oh.
Is it the only one?
I think they're being sarcastic.
Okay.
If you missed today's second date update, Claire wanted to call Jordan. They actually met out at a bar, and they'd been texting for a while, but then when they went out on their actual date, he was very short, ended things very quickly, and then wasn't talking to her. We got him on the phone and found out why. The reason was he was super hammered when they met, and he got her number thinking it was her friend's number, so when they were texting back and forth and everything, he thought he was talking to her friend, and then he showed up for the date and didn't recognize Claire, and basically he catfished himself.
Yeah. I mean, I could see where it'd be a little shocking when you're expecting a hot blonde and Claire shows up. Not that Claire's not attractive, okay?
and
Not
he
to
said
take that away. It's just, when you're expecting to get sushi and you get a bowl of pasta. Not that the pasta's not good. The pasta's good. It's just not what you thought.
Yeah, you just didn't have your mouth ready for the pasta, that's all. So he didn't have his mouth ready for Claire.
Okay.
And he was...
Oh, not really, but...
That got weird.
He was kind of upset by that. He did say she was cool and everything. He liked hanging out with her, but he was expecting the friend, so it was shocking. But they did agree to go out again on another date, but more like a pity date, honestly.
No, I think it's going to work out. They connected without the physical stuff there, which is it's important.
But the way that he said yes to the date was like, yeah, I mean, I guess I owe it to you since I did kind of make you show up to that date thinking it was someone else, and then I kind of blew you off, so I guess we could go out again. So yeah, you're right. Romance at its finest in today's second date update.
Tearing up over here.
Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person that didn't call you back. It is Friday, so Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week is coming up at 8:10. There are some second date updates that we do where I'm really pulling for the person on the phone, and today is one of those occasions because I want the guy to get a second date today. His name is Michael, and judging from his email, all of the odds were stacked against him when he went out on his date, and that's probably why he's not getting a call back.
Okay.
Michael, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Not bad. Way better than you on your date.
Yeah, it was not exactly the best week.
Okay, well, hey, Jubal just painted you as the underdog, and everybody roots for the underdog, so things are already looking up.
Why don't you tell us about the girl that you want to call? What's her name?
Her name is Alicia.
Alicia?
And where'd you meet Alicia?
We met on, one of the dating apps that, a lot of people go on with, Tinder. We met on Tinder.
Okay, that's fine. There's no shame in that, Michael.
I don't know. A lot of people get really kind of judgy when I say Tinder or meet on like another dating app. I mean, I like to embrace the technology sometimes,
Hey, don't worry about the haters in life, Michael. You do
Embrace that technology, Mike.
Well, I did.
So what you like so much about Alicia?
Well, not only is she beautiful, she's I don't know, like I something. It was more. Like I said, I'm still embracing the app, but I mean, it takes me a while to even want to get to know somebody,
Okay.
So I just thought, like, wow, she's really cute. I'm gonna swipe right.
Okay, so you did that, and you guys obviously went out because you're doing a second date update right now. Why do you think she's not calling you back?
Well, before we even get to that, I gotta lay some context out so you know exactly why the date went bad. Okay? So I'm sitting kind of in a coffee shop one day, trying to get some work done, just like everybody else in, a coffee shop or drinking coffee.
All right.
And went to the bathroom. Kind of left a little bit of my stuff out.
All right.
Yeah.
This is a weird setup to something that happened before the date.
Well, life's weird, right?
So
It is. It is, Michael. So why was it so weird that you went to the bathroom in this coffee shop?
No, it wasn't weird that I went to the bathroom in the coffee shop. That was pretty normal.
Oh, good.
It was weird when I came back and I found my stuff was gone.
Oh, no. Someone stole your stuff?
Yes. They took my wallet, my personal phone. I'm using my backup phone, my old phone right now.
I mean, that sucks, but what does that have to do with the date?
Well, can't exactly pay for too much of a date if you don't have money or cards or anything, can you?
Oh.
Okay, so did you make her pay then?
Luckily, I took her to a spot that I had a gift card to.
Okay.
And everything's going great. We're talking, we're chatting. Next thing you know, end of the night comes, time to pay the bill. Waitress took a gift card, and she came back and said that I don't have enough money to cover the whole bill on there. Like, okay, well, can you put it on this card? And I put it on a backup card, which I didn't tell her this. It was my mom's credit card that I had to use.
Okay.
But it's all understandable. I mean, you got all of your stuff stolen. It's not like if you explain this story, she's going to be like, oh, screw you.
Well, they still wouldn't take it because it wasn't my name on it.
Oh, so you were trying to use your mom's credit card and it got returned to you because of that?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay.
I mean, they said that my mom needs to be there and pay with it, and she definitely wasn't there. Kind of be embarrassing if it was a date and a mom date at the same time,
Yeah.
So
I think that's the only way your date could have been worse, actually, is if your mom was there.
Yeah. Definitely. It did kind of get worse, though.
What? It got worse than them telling you needed your mom to actually pay the bill?
Yeah, well, she had to cover the rest of the bill.
What?
And then I tried calling her Uber, and of course my card was canceled. So she had to order her own Uber.
So she had to pay for everything, basically.
Yeah.
What was her reaction to all of this, though?
She was pissed.
She was?
I could tell in her face that she was kind of pissed.
I feel like you shouldn't even want to go out with her again, Michael. You don't want a girl who's going to be upset about something like that. You're trying. You're putting the effort in.
Yeah, but I also didn't tell her that all my stuff got stolen.
Oh.
I don't understand why you wouldn't tell her that.
Well, I thought if she found out, she'd think I'm just like a dumbass or something. Like, oh, well, you're dumb enough to put your stuff there, blah, 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 blah. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So she just thinks that you're just like a cheapskate trying to pay with gift cards that don't have enough money, and then your mom's credit card, and then...
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that's missing out of that is like, oh, yeah, I'm still living in my parents' basement, so...
Wait, are you, though? Are you still living in your parents' basement?
No, that was a joke.
Okay.
All right.
No, Michael, I didn't know where our boundaries were here.
It's not the basement. He's in the room next door. Right, Michael?
No, I got my own place like a year ago, so...
Nice.
I'm good.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call her and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
I don't need your mom's approval, do I?
No.
Okay, we'll do it right after this.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I really want Michael, who is the guy on the phone for the second date update today, I really want him to get a second date.
You do?
Yep. If you just tuned in, Michael is on the phone. He wants to call Alicia. They went and hung out at a bar, and it turns out that Michael looked like he was broke because he had a gift card, and he paid with his gift card but didn't have enough money on it. So they asked for a credit card. He had his mom's credit card, and they wouldn't let him use that because it wasn't his. And then when he tried to get her an Uber after the date, it got turned down because his card was declined.
Oh, man.
And the reason all that happened is because he had his stuff stolen, but Michael, for some reason, didn't feel like telling Alicia that. So she just thinks he's just really bad with money.
Are you wishing that you would have brought cash with you during your date night?
Yeah, definitely. But, again, had everything stolen, so.
Couldn't get any
Okay,
cash.
that's a good point. Could have borrowed maybe from your mom.
Yeah. And I really want you to get a second date. The reason is because if she agrees to go on a date with you, we'll send you guys out with some gift cards. And I want to give you nothing but gift cards that are under the limit. Yeah,
So
just to
messed
do
up,
it again
man.
to you, Michael.
$5 ones.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Oh, by the way, do you want me to tell her that the reason you couldn't pay for anything was because your stuff was stolen? Or do you want to tell her that?
I guess, or maybe I should tell her.
Okay.
However
As long
you're-
as she gets the information.
I mean, I got nothing else to lose at this point,
So you want to tell her?
I guess I should, yeah.
Okay,
I won't
that's a
bring it
yes.
up. I'll let you bring it up then.
All right.
Here we go. I'm dialing the phone number.
Hello?
Hi, is this Alicia?
Yes, this is she. Who's this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. How are you?
What was that last name?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning?
That'd be a weird last
It's a
name.
very long last name.
What?
My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Brooke is here.
Hi, Alicia.
Jose is also here.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, so there's three of us on the phone right now, and it is a radio show, like I said.
Okay. Hi.
The reason I'm calling you is because one of our listeners actually emailed us saying that he'd like us to call you.
That's odd.
It is kind of odd. Everyone agrees with that.
It's a segment we do on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. So you recently went out with a dude named Michael.
Oh, great.
Great.
That wasn't great. Awesome.
Yeah, and
Ooh.
Michael sent us an email because he's tried to reach out to you, but you're not getting back to him, and he wants to know what he did wrong.
He's broke.
Okay, that was blunt.
We knew that, though.
You're upset that he couldn't pay for the date.
Hold on. How do you know he didn't pay for the date?
Oh, because we talked to him. He told us about your date, and he said that he had a gift card that wouldn't work, and then he tried to use his mom's credit card. That wouldn't work, and then he couldn't call you an
I'm
Uber.
sorry, say that again? He uses what?
He used his mom's credit card?
Oh, that was his mom's credit card.
Oh, you didn't know
I
that?
didn't know that. I didn't know you didn't know that. Sorry.
Oops.
I knew that he used a credit card. I just assumed that it just declined.
Yeah, no. I didn't mean to put him out there like that,
Oh,
but yeah, it's his
no.
mom's credit card.
Now you're laughing harder at the situation.
I mean, I thought he was broke, but I didn't know he was borrowing your mom's credit card kind of broke.
Yeah.
It's a different level.
Was that just a big turnoff to you?
Completely. I've dated tons of guys that have a lot of money, all right? I've also been on the flip side and dated guys that have not that much money at all.
Aren't they the worst? You know? They're terrible, aren't they, Alicia?
But what's wrong with dating poor guys?
Let me say this. Right now, for me, in my life, I cannot date anyone that is living check to check. I mean, how can you go on a date and not have any money to pay for it?
Well, what if he had a good reason for that, though?
A good reason to have zero money?
That's not the type of guy I need in my life and I want to go on a date with.
But don't you think it's like, I don't know, we're modern era. Women should make their own money.
I do make my own money, but you're not going to ask me on a date. I show up, and you have all this fun, and we keep doing more and more, and you can't pay for anything at all?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like, I make my own money, but I would also like to be with someone else who makes their own money.
Yeah.
Then we can both have our own money together.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's what I need. But I don't blame him for not having any money. I just don't want to date a guy like that right now.
Okay, well, but what if you...
Wait, Alicia, I do have money.
Wait, what was that?
Oh, that's Michael, who couldn't wait until we called him onto the phone, Michael.
Hi.
Oh, my God, Michael!
The Michael I went on a date with?
Yeah, he was actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yes, Alicia, I'm sorry. I did call these people, but I had that night. I just had a bad situation. I was trying to contact you to tell you, but you weren't picking up at all. You weren't doing anything. You just ignored me the whole time.
Michael, you were trying to pay with your mom's credit card.
Well, you didn't know that it was my mom's credit card. You're just finding out today. So
That still doesn't matter. I couldn't even get an Uber home.
well, let me explain at least. All right.
There's nothing to explain. You took me on a date and didn't have any money.
The reason why I didn't have any money is because all my stuff got stolen right before the date. I was at a coffee shop, left my stuff out, somebody stole it, and I turn around for like 2 seconds, and the next thing you know, everything's gone.
I don't believe him.
What?
You don't
I don't
believe
believe
him?
You
you.
don't believe him, Alicia.
Really? All your stuff gets stolen right before the date, and then you still got on a date?
I do have money. Matter of fact, I'm going to have some really soon as my mom dies.
What?
What?
Oh!
What did you say, Michael?
I said I'm going to have a lot more money as soon as my mom dies. I mean,
You're going to have money when your mom dies? What are you talking about? Is she sick?
I mean, no, she's fine. She's really fine.
What?
Just, eventually I'm going to have money. She collects antiques.
What is wrong with you?
What is exactly, Alicia? What is wrong with you, Michael? Your financial status is dependent on whether your mom lives or dies.
Oh my God!
I mean, there's no weather to it. I mean, she's eventually going to die. We're all going to die.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, I'm just saying when she dies, I'm going to inherit, her antiques, and I'm just going to sell them off.
Wow.
You've got some serious issues.
I mean, I'm not saying I want her to die. God forbid she dies anytime soon. I'm just saying eventually she's going to die, and I'll have money. And
Eventually, I'm going to come up on some antiques, Alicia, and then you can have some of that antique mommy death money.
Oh my God!
So gross, dude. And Michael, you are broke. That's what broke people say. Your mom's money is not your money.
I mean, not yet, but in 20 years, I'm going to be rich, and you're going to sit there regretting that you didn't give me a second chance.
Yeah, Alicia, you hear that? You're going to regret it. So, would you like to go out with Michael again for a second date? We will pay for it.
Absolutely not.
We will pay for it.
He'll pay for it.
We'll pay for it for now until he gets that antique
That
cash.
antique money.
Yeah.
God.
No, I'll pass. I'm good.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You
Oh my
could be the
gosh.
queen of Michael's antique kingdom.
No, thank you. I think someone else could be that lucky woman.
You
Not
know
I.
what, Alicia? I gotta applaud your ability to read red flags. I didn't see him coming. You did.
What are you talking about, red flag? My stuff was stolen.
Look, Michael, I know you're having a rough time, and I feel for you, and
I'm not having a rough time. I'm just having a bad week. But life is about to get really good really soon.
Really soon? I thought you said...
yeah. What do you mean really soon?
I just mean that, further down the line, my mom's going to pass away. And
Hey, well, but you said really soon. Like, you're not planning anything, are you?
It sounded ominous.
no. Man, I love my mom, but I know she's not going to live forever.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well,
Someone call his mother
Yeah.
right now.
we're going to send the welfare check out on your mom. And you guys, thank you very much for your time.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, save that second date update. You might need it in court.
Mm-hmm.
If you missed it, Michael wanted to call Alicia. They went out, and he said that his credit card and everything got stolen, so he got his credit card turned down. He had a gift card at the place that they went to, and that wasn't enough. And then his Uber didn't work to get her an Uber home because it was associated with the card that was stolen. We got her on the phone, and she thought that, of course, he's broke, and she didn't want to go out with him. But then he said that he's not broke because his mom's going to pass away one day, and when she does, he gets her antiques. So he's got a lot of antiques waiting for him in his future.
It's not even like he's got like a trust fund.
No.
He's got antiques that he doesn't even know how much they're worth. And my guess is probably not much if it's according to him.
Yeah. And it didn't sound like he was just like, one day I'm going to have these antiques. It was like, trust me, my mom's going to pass away very soon.
So weird, man. Is she sick? No. Oh,
But,
then
no
that
one lives
is
forever.
frightening.
Yeah. But somebody could slip and fall down the stairs one day. I'm just saying it could happen. Remember, they decided not to go out again, by the way. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
MOViN 92.5.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Taking a girl to your work on a first date. In some instances, that could be a good idea. Like if you're the captain of a luxury yacht.
Okay. I was going to go
cool.
with no until you said that. I can see
Some
that now.
cases, could be a bad idea, like if you're a janitor. Probably not a good place to take somebody on a first date. Well, the guy on the phone for a second date update today, his name is Mike, and he took the girl that he liked to his job for his date, and I think that was a terrible idea. What's up, Mike?
Hey, man, how you doing? What's up with you?
Hey, Mike. Are you a janitor, Mike? I'm just going to get that right out on the phone.
No, it's way cooler than that.
Okay.
I'll give you that, Mike. You do have a cool job. We'll get to that in just a second, but first, let's hear a little bit about the girl you went out with. What's her name?
Her name's Katrina. She's rocking. She has a rocking body. I met her at a gym.
Oh, God. I just never think that really works out. I'm impressed already, Mike.
It almost didn't work out for a long time. I mean, I followed her for about 11 months, a year in the gym, just like...
Mike, that's creepy.
You should choose different words, Mike.
No. I didn't follow her. I saw her. We ran into each other. In fact, we talked several times. I mean, she really seemed interested.
So you promised that you didn't jump out of her locker inside the women's locker room or anything, right?
Hey, you know what, Brooke? I'm not a creep boy. I'm not crazy.
Yeah, it was the shower, not the locker. He just showed up behind her. Hey, what's up? My name's Mike. Nice to meet you.
So how did you finally work up the courage to ask her out?
Well, I met her over a year ago, and I asked her out the first time I saw her.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't wait for it. I saw what I wanted. She was beautiful. And after talking to her, I knew I wanted to know more about her because she has a beautiful soul, too. So I asked her out. She said no.
Never mind.
So you were persistent for a whole year, and you finally wore her down.
Now you're getting me, Brooke.
Okay.
It took you a year to finally get a date with her. What was the magic words that actually got you in the door?
The magic words was, I already asked her out 10 times. Here's the 11th. What do you say?
She said, okay, fine.
Hey, she said yes.
Okay.
All right. Only took you 11 tries and you did it. Congratulations.
It's actually kind of romantic. I mean, you obviously were super into this girl. Were you really nervous before your guys' date?
No, I wasn't nervous at all. I was taking her to my job, and my job's pretty cool, so I thought that was a winner.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And that's what your email said. You think that might have actually ruined your chances for a second date. Why do you think that is?
Honestly, I don't think she liked it. I took her to a movie set. First of all, I'm a stuntman. I'm a stuntman on major movies.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I got some of the guys while we was a closed set to plan out a whole stunt. We taped it, and it was a lot of money spent. I mean, a lot of money, time, and people.
So what kind of stunts were you doing? I'm not a guy that likes adventure a lot, so for me, a big crazy stunt would be like, let's just cross the street in the middle of the road and not the crosswalk. That would have been enough for me. What'd you do?
The stunt was being blown out of a building.
What?
Whoa.
Wait,
Oh my
you took her on
God.
a date to show her you getting blown out of a building?
No, we got blown out of a building together.
Oh, wait, you
What?
are... She was participating in this?
Talk about trust and team building. What more do you want, Brooke?
Dude, that's crazy.
How
Wait, so... Whoa.
safe was this?
It was totally safe. She was definitely padded. We were hooked to a crane. We had our jerk vest. We had everything we needed. The explosion was a little bigger. Now, I will say that. It was a little bigger than we expected, and the fire did cross our faces and our body. But we had...
Dude.
No. We put enough fire protecting on us that we were totally okay, but she wasn't okay with it.
Yeah, she doesn't have eyebrows anymore, but it was fine.
It's funny you say that. She mentioned that her eyebrows were singed and she's smelling burning and this and that, but her face looked intact when I saw her. And,
Her face looked intact.
and what do you expect? We're getting blown out of a building. It's a little, fire.
Oh, my God.
So wait,
Yeah.
did you tell her exactly what was going to happen in this stunt?
Once we got everything strapped up and we were a go, I let her know. She was a little nervous.
Yeah, you think that's a conversation, don't you think, Mike, you should have had before you even went out? Like, hey, what do you think about this? We go get blown out of a building or do dinner.
No, I told her a movie set. She was all about it.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean...
And you're only partially sure that that's the reason she's not calling you back. Because it sounds like it should be 100% the reason why she's not calling you back.
Well, Brooke, it's never safe to assume anything.
Okay.
She listened. No. She never once told me she didn't like it.
Okay.
Afterward, I asked her, did she want to eat? She said no. She would rather go home. And, honestly, sometimes when I'm doing things like that, I have so much adrenaline. I don't want to eat afterward.
Yeah.
It's just like a high. So I was like, oh, okay.
Or it's that you just had your face almost burned off and just really, that tends to make people lose their appetite, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you have a point.
Small point.
So
Have you heard from her since this date?
No. I mean, she kind of just oddly disappeared. And that's why I got in touch with you guys, honestly.
Okay, so she hasn't been at the gym or anything.
No, it's almost like she just kind of switched times because we've been doing the same thing for a year. I mean, it's not hard to run into her, and I'm not seeing her.
Yeah, she's avoiding you. I can tell you that right now.
Totally.
Why would she avoid me? You think so?
Yeah, dude.
Pretty much guarantee so. All right, Mike, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
I appreciate it.
No problem. We'll do it right after this. Hang on.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You know, they say that near-death experiences can actually bring people together. That is, unless the near-death experience was planned by you, and in the process, you burned your date's eyebrows off.
Whoa.
Because that's exactly what happened in today's second date update.
Ooh, epic.
Mike met Katrina at the gym, and he'd been asking her out for a long time. It took him 11 tries to ask her out. And Mike is a stuntman, and he decided to take Katrina to his job for their date.
That music.
And he planned to have them blown out of a building together.
Oh, man.
And he did it. And she singed her eyebrows and seemed really scared and upset by the whole deal. And now she hasn't called him back. She even declined going to dinner with him later. But it sounds like an epic saga. And we're about to see if we can figure out why she's not calling him back, even though we all probably know. Mike, are you ready to give Katrina a call?
Yeah, that music got me pumped. I'm ready.
Oh, gosh,
Yeah.
Mike. You need to calm it down. Now, Mike, I'm going to be honest with you. I think your date sounds amazing, and I would totally be on board.
Really?
Yeah, but...
You know what, Brooke? I knew it when you were talking to me.
Yeah, but obviously I don't think she was. Have you had a chance to apologize to her via text or anything that you scared her?
But hold on. You think I need to apologize? I mean, what would I apologize for? It was a great date.
You need to apologize for almost killing her.
But, Brooke, you did say you would like that, huh?
Yeah, but I'm not her.
Yeah. Not everybody wants to almost die on a first date. Just some people.
You guys are taking this almost death. I mean, it was blown out of a building. She was padded up, you know.
Fire crossed her face and singed her eyebrows, Mike. Fire crossed her face and singed her eyebrows.
Everybody's been burned a little.
Okay.
He's right. He's right.
Come on.
Okay, I'm going to dial her phone number right now, man. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Katrina?
this is Katrina.
Hey, Katrina, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Brooke and Jubal. I've never heard of that.
It's okay. There's a lot of people who haven't. I'm calling you today because one of your friends listens to our show, and he actually emailed us about you.
One of my friends emailed you.
Yeah. Well, it's more of a guy that you went on a date with.
What?
Yeah. It's a guy that you went out on a date with. He emailed us about you and wanted to see if we could get you on the phone.
When was the date?
Well, I'm going to guess that you probably remember it because it might be the only date you've ever been on where you've been blown out of a building.
Oh, my God.
We are all impressed that you survived that.
Yeah, you and me both.
Katrina, we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out what went wrong. So Mike, who took you on that date, emailed us to see if we could figure out why you're not calling him back.
You're kidding. Oh, my God.
No, he's really curious.
Mike has a lot of surprises, doesn't he, Katrina?
Yeah, to say the least. He's got them blowing out of his everywhere.
So is the reason you're not calling him back because the date was scary? Because it sounded horrifying to me.
Well, it started out good, and it was fun. I mean, it was different. Different's a better word.
Yeah, but I mean, it sounds like you're totally avoiding him. He said that he hasn't even seen you at the gym. Like you changed your entire schedule.
Well, I had to recover.
Recover?
Have you ever been on a date like that? You might want to think about if you want to see that person again right away, right?
I've been on a lot of dates like that, but never because I was blown out of a building.
Right. So if I was blown out of a building, so you can imagine I'm going to take a little more time.
Okay.
I don't even know how to look him in the face right now.
Well, why? Because you were scared? I mean, you were that scared? You don't know how to look at him in
Well, I don't know what he told you.
He told us that he met you at the gym. He'd been asking you out for a long time, and you finally said yes. And then he did take your date to work day, where he took you to his job, and he's a stuntman. And then he did a little thing where you guys got blown out of a building. He thinks that you were scared and also a little upset because apparently it singed your eyebrows.
Well, it did singe my eyebrows, but they grew back. But he didn't say that I wet myself. Oh my God!
What? Wait, you did what? I didn't hear.
Repeat
Say that.
yourself.
What happened?
Girl, it's okay. You're in the company of people who have done the same thing.
What happened?
Did you pee your pants?
Oh!
I did pee my pants. Now that has not happened. You know, since I was a kid.
Oh my God!
Like how
No
much?
way.
How wet are we talking? Like a little wet, or all the way down to your knees wet?
It was pretty down to my knees. Like I just knew he saw it. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Hey, don't feel bad about it, Katrina. I've peed my pants 3 times with him just telling me the story. So big deal. You got blown out of a building. It's okay to pee your pants in that situation.
Oh my God!
Yeah, but I think he actually noticed.
Why do you think he noticed?
Well, he looked at me kind of stunned, and he was like looking me up and down. And so I thought, even though he said, "You want to go to dinner?" I thought he was just being nice.
You smelled like urine. That could have been another reason why he noticed.
Well, I smelled like smoke, but
Oh, okay. Okay.
I bet.
It covered up the scent of pee.
Yeah.
He didn't mention anything to us about you peeing your pants, though.
no.
No.
I'd be surprised by that because he had to, undo my harness and help me out of this. Yeah, I'd totally be surprised. It was pretty obvious.
Oh man!
But I mean, okay, granted, you would be really embarrassed. I understand why you would be. But he obviously was into you. Like, he's tried to call you. You just have totally ghosted him.
But I peed my pants our first date. Like, how do you come back from that?
I don't know. You only go up after that. That's the great part of it.
You know what, Katrina? I know you're not good with surprises, and I don't want you to make the same mistake twice, but Mike is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you. Try not to pee your pants.
Oh, my God.
Katrina, you don't listen. Hey, I heard everything. You don't have to be
You
embarrassed.
did
In fact, I knew I was just keeping it quiet. I didn't want my friends to know you had peed on yourself. I did it. And listen. No, I did it. I did it my first time. At least you did it like a champion. You were wearing all black. Nobody noticed. You know.
You noticed.
Well, obviously, I noticed. I'm taking your harness off. I'm bending down in front of you. I smell pee. Come on.
And technically, it's all your fault.
Yes.
So wait, Mike, you were going to take her to dinner with wet pants?
I didn't want to draw attention to it or embarrass her, but I still wanted to spend time with her, so I didn't know what to do.
Hey.
Dude, that says a lot. A man who's going to take you out to dinner with pee pants on, he likes you.
It's kind of romantic.
I mean, I don't know what to say to that. I was so embarrassed.
Well, say that you will answer my phone call when I call you next time.
Okay, I could do that.
Are you sure about that? You didn't sound very positive.
Well, I mean, it's nice, but I still have to look him in the face knowing that I did that. So, I might not sound excited, but it's nice. I liked him up until I peed my pants.
Katrina, I peed my pants before, and I'll even go even further to say I even shit my pants once before.
Oh, that's too far.
During a stunt. Does that make you feel better?
TMI.
Wait, can I just ask?
I admitted this.
What stunt made you poop yourself?
Listen, don't worry about what stunt it was. Just know, Katrina, that it has been much worse for me. And you shouldn't feel bad for what happened to you. It's totally normal, and I respect you for it.
There you go. Mutual respect for peeing your pants. Katrina, would you go out with Mike again on another date? We will pay for it.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
as long as I get to pick the date and we're not like jumping out of a car going 100 miles an hour, I will say yes to that.
Yay!
Okay, so that's an official yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you guys are actually really cute.
That's awesome. Yes. Oh, man, but now there's pressure. I got to figure out what to come up with for the next date.
Yeah. I mean, once you already make a girl pee her pants, what else can you do?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
You know, whenever we go out and do appearances, like stand outside of a tire shop and shake hands for 4 hours.
God, radio is so glorious, isn't it?
It is a glamorous industry we work in.
Shoot.
It really is.
Well, we get asked questions a lot, like, why don't you do updates on the couples from your second date updates? And I'm like, duh, we already do them. Where you been?
Okay, you are sassy
I
sometimes.
am. I get super sassy.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And that's what we're doing today. We're talking to a couple that you may remember that went out on a date, a stuntman date.
I loved this story.
It was one of the most intense hangouts we've ever heard. And now there's another chapter to the story. So we'll play the original second date update so you can remember it. And then immediately after that, you'll find out what's new in their lives with the second date update right now.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Taking a girl to your work on a first date. In some instances, that could be a good idea. Like if you're the captain of a luxury yacht.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to
That'd be
go
cool.
with no until you said that. I can see
Some
that now.
cases could be a bad idea, like if you're a janitor. Probably not a good place to take somebody on a first date. Well, the guy on the phone for a second date update today, his name is Mike, and he took the girl that he liked to his job for his date, and I think that was a terrible idea. What's up, Mike?
Hey, man, how you doing? What's up with you?
Hey, Mike. Are you a janitor, Mike? I'm just going to get that right out on the phone.
No, it's way cooler than that.
Okay.
I'll give you that, Mike. You do have a cool job. We'll get to that in just a second. But first, let's hear a little bit about the girl you went out with. What's her name?
Her name's Katrina. She's rocking. She has a rocking body. I met her at a gym.
Oh, God. I just never think that really works out. I'm impressed already, Mike.
It almost didn't work out for a long time. I mean, I followed her for about 11 months, a year in the gym, just like...
Mike, that's creepy.
You should choose different words, Mike.
No. I didn't follow her. I saw her. We ran into each other. In fact, we talked several times. She really seemed interested.
So how did you finally work up the courage to ask her out?
Well, I met her over a year ago, and I asked her out the first time I saw her.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't wait for it. I saw what I wanted. She was beautiful. She said no.
Never mind.
So you were persistent for a whole year, and you finally wore her down.
Now you're getting me, Brooke.
So it took you a year to finally get a date with her. What was the magic words that actually got you in the door?
The magic words was I already asked her out 10 times. Here's the 11th. What do you say?
She said, okay, fine.
Hey, she said yes.
Okay.
All right. Only took you 11 tries and you did it. Congratulations.
It's actually kind of romantic. I mean, you obviously were super into this girl. Were you really nervous before your guys' date?
No, I wasn't nervous at all. I was taking her to my job, and my job's pretty cool, so I thought that was a winner.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And that's what your email said. You think that might have actually ruined your chances for a second date. Why do you think that is?
Honestly, I don't think she liked it. I took her to a movie set. First of all, I'm a stuntman. I'm a stuntman on major movies.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I got some of the guys while it was a closed set to plan out a whole stunt, and it was a lot of money spent. I mean, a lot of money, time, and people.
So what kind of stunts were you doing? I'm not a guy that likes adventure a lot, so for me, a big crazy stunt would be like, let's just cross the street in the middle of the road and not the crosswalk. That would have been enough for me. What'd you do?
The stunt was being blown out of a building.
Whoa!
Wait,
Oh my
you took her
God.
on a date to show her you getting blown out of a building?
No, we got blown out of a building together.
Oh, wait, you
What?
are... She was participating in this?
Talk about trust and team building. What more do you want, Brooke?
Dude, that's crazy.
How
Whoa.
safe was this?
It was totally safe. She was definitely padded. We were hooked to a crane. We had our jerk vest. We had everything we needed. The explosion was a little bigger. Now, I will say that. It was a little bigger than we expected, and the fire did cross our faces and our body. But we had...
Dude.
No. We put enough fire protecting on us that we were totally okay, but she wasn't okay with it.
Yeah, she doesn't have eyebrows anymore, but it was fine.
It's funny you say that. She mentioned that her eyebrows were singed and she's smelling burning and this and that, but her face looked intact when I saw her. And,
Her face looked intact.
and what do you expect? We're getting blown out of a building. It's a little, fire.
Oh my God.
So wait,
Yeah.
did you tell her exactly what was going to happen in this stunt?
Once we got everything strapped up and we were a go, I let her know. She was a little nervous.
Yeah, you think that's a conversation, don't you think, Mike, you should have had before you even went out? Like, hey, what do you think about this? We go get blown out of a building or do dinner.
No, I told her a movie set. She was all about it.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean...
And you're only partially sure that that's the reason she's not calling you back. Because it sounds like it should be 100% the reason why she's not calling you back.
Well, Brooke, it's never safe to assume anything.
Okay.
She never once told me she didn't like it.
Okay.
Afterward, I asked her, did she want to eat? She said no, she would rather go home. And, honestly, sometimes when I'm doing things like that, I have so much adrenaline, I don't want to eat afterward.
Yeah.
It's just like a high, so I was like, oh, okay.
Or it's that you just had your face almost burned off and just really, that tends to make people lose their appetite,
Yeah. I mean, you have a point.
Small point.
So
Have you heard from her since this date?
No, I mean, she kind of just oddly disappeared, and That's why I got in touch with you guys, honestly.
Okay, so she hasn't been at the gym or anything.
No, it's almost like she just kind of switched times because we've been doing the same thing for a year. I mean, it's not hard to run into her, and I'm not seeing her.
Yeah, she's avoiding you. I can tell you that right now.
Totally.
All right, Mike, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
I appreciate it.
No problem. We'll do it right after this. Hang on.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You know, they say that near-death experiences can actually bring people together. That is, unless the near-death experience was planned by you, and in the process, you burned your date's eyebrows off. Because that's exactly what happened in today's second date update.
Ooh, epic.
Mike met Katrina at the gym, and he'd been asking her out for a long time. It took him 11 tries to ask her out. And Mike is a stuntman, and he decided to take Katrina to his job for their date. And he planned to have them blown out of a building together. And he did it. And she singed her eyebrows and seemed really scared and upset by the whole deal. And now she hasn't called him back. She even declined going to dinner with him later. But it sounds like an epic saga. And we're about to see if we can figure out why she's not calling him back, even though we all probably know. Mike, are you ready to give Katrina a call?
Yeah, that music got me pumped. I'm ready.
Oh, gosh,
Yeah.
Mike. You need to calm it down. Now, Mike, I'm going to be honest with you. I think your date sounds amazing, and I would totally be on board.
Really?
Yeah, but...
You know what, Brooke? I knew it when you were talking to me.
Yeah, but obviously I don't think she was. Have you had a chance to apologize to her via text or anything that you scared her?
But hold on, you think I need to apologize? I mean, what would I apologize for? It was a great date.
You need to apologize for almost killing her.
But, Brooke, you did say you would like that, huh?
Yeah, but I'm not her.
Yeah. Not everybody wants to almost die on a first date. Just some people.
You guys are taking this almost death. I mean, it was blown out of a building. She was padded up, you know.
Fire crossed her face and singed her eyebrows, Mike. Fire crossed her face and singed her eyebrows.
Everybody's been burned a little.
He's right. He's right.
Come on.
Okay, I'm going to dial her phone number right now, man. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Katrina?
this is Katrina.
Hey, Katrina, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Brooke and Jubal. I've never heard of that.
That's okay. There's a lot of people who haven't. I'm calling you today because one of your friends listens to our show, and he actually emailed us about you.
One of my friends emailed you.
Well, it's more of a guy that you went on a date with.
What?
Yeah, it's a guy that you went out on a date with. He emailed us about you and wanted to see if we could get you on the phone.
When was the date?
Well, I'm going to guess that you probably remember it because it might be the only date you've ever been on where you've been blown out of a building.
Oh, my God.
We are all impressed that you survived that.
Yeah, you and me both.
Mike, who took you on that date, emailed us to see if we could figure out why you're not calling him back.
You're kidding. Oh, my God.
No, he's really curious.
Mike has a lot of surprises, doesn't he, Katrina?
Yeah, to say the least. He's got them blowing out of his everywhere.
So is the reason you're not calling him back because the date was scary? Because it sounded horrifying to me.
Well, it started out good, and I mean, it was different. Different's a better word.
Yeah, but I mean, it sounds like you're totally avoiding him. He said that he hasn't even seen you at the gym. Like you changed your entire schedule.
Well, I had to recover.
Recover?
You ever been on a date like that? You might want to think about if you want to see that person again right away, right?
I've been on a lot of dates like that, but never because I was blown out of a building.
Right, so if you can imagine, I'm going to take a little more time.
Okay.
I don't even know how to look him in the face right now.
Well, why? Because you were scared? I mean, you were that scared? You don't know how to look at him in
Well, I don't know what he told you.
He told us that he met you at the gym. He'd been asking you out for a long time, and you finally said yes. And then he did take your date to work day, where he took you to his job, and he's a stuntman. And then he did a little thing where you guys got blown out of a building. He thinks that you were scared and also a little upset because apparently it singed your eyebrows.
Well, it did singe my eyebrows, but they grew back. But he didn't say that I wet myself. Oh my God!
What? Wait, you did what? I didn't hear.
Repeat
Say that.
yourself.
What happened?
Girl, it's okay. You're in the company of people who have done the same thing.
What happened?
Did you pee your pants?
Oh!
I did pee my pants. Now that has not happened. Since I was a kid.
Oh my God!
Like how
No
much?
way.
How wet are we talking? Like a little wet, or all the way down to your knees wet?
It was pretty down to my knees. Like I just knew he saw it. Oh my God.
Hey, don't feel bad about it, Katrina. I've peed my pants 3 times with him just telling me the story. So big deal. You got blown out of a building. It's okay to pee your pants in that situation.
Oh my God!
Yeah, but I think he actually noticed.
Why do you think he noticed?
Well, he looked at me kind of stunned, and he was like looking me up and down. And so I thought, even though he said, "You want to go to dinner?" I thought he was just being nice.
You smelled like urine. That could have been another reason why he noticed.
Well, I smelled like smoke, but...
Oh, okay.
I bet.
It covered up the scent of pee.
Yeah.
He didn't mention anything to us about you peeing your pants, though.
No?
No.
I'd be surprised by that because he had to, undo my harness and help me out of this. Yeah, I'd totally be surprised. It was pretty obvious.
Oh, man.
But okay, granted, you would be really embarrassed. I understand why you would be. But he obviously was into you. Like, he's tried to call you. You just have totally ghosted him.
But I peed my pants our first date. Like, how do you come back from that?
I don't know. You only go up after that. That's the great part of it.
You know what, Katrina? I know you're not good with surprises, and I don't want you to make the same mistake twice, but Mike is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you. Try not to pee your pants.
Oh, my God.
Katrina, you don't listen. You don't have to be
You
embarrassed.
did not.
In fact, I knew I was just keeping it quiet. I didn't want my friends to know you had peed on yourself. I did it. And listen. No, I did it. I did it my first time. At least you did it like a champion. You were wearing all black. Nobody noticed. You know.
You noticed.
Well, obviously, I noticed.
my
I'm taking
goodness.
your harness off. I'm bending down in front of you. I smell pee. Come on.
And technically, it's all your fault.
Yes.
So wait, Mike, you were going to take her to dinner with wet pants?
I didn't want to draw attention to it or embarrass her, but I still wanted to spend time with her, so I didn't know what to do.
Hey.
Dude, that says a lot. A man who's going to take you out to dinner with pee pants on, he likes you.
It's kind of romantic.
I mean, I don't know what to say to that. I was so embarrassed.
Well, say that you will answer my phone call when I call you next time.
Okay, I could do that.
Are you sure about that? You didn't sound very positive.
Well, I mean, it's nice, but I still have to look him in the face knowing that I did that. So, I might not sound excited, but it's nice. I liked him up until I peed my pants.
Katrina, I peed my pants before, and I'll even go even further to say I even shit my pants once before
Oh, that's too far.
during a stunt. Does that make you feel better?
TMI.
Wait, can I just
I
ask,
admitted this.
what stunt made you poop yourself?
Listen, don't worry about what stunt it was. Just know, Katrina, that it has been much worse for me, and you shouldn't feel bad for what happened to you. It's totally normal, and I respect you for it.
There you go. Mutual respect for peeing your pants. Katrina, would you go out with Mike again on another date? We will pay for it.
Yeah, I mean,
As long as I get to pick the date and we're not like jumping out of a car going 100 miles an hour, I will say yes to that.
Okay, so that's an official yes.
Yes.
oh my gosh, you guys are actually really cute.
That's awesome. Yes. Oh, man, but now there's pressure. I got to figure out what to come up with for the next date.
I mean, once you already make a girl pee her pants, what else can you do?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
That was a second date update from a few months ago, and every once in a while we actually get an update on the update. Yeah! And Katrina and Mike are on the phone with us right now. What's up, guys?
Hey, how are you?
Oh, hey, look at you're talking at the same time. You're so in sync.
That's true.
Do you guys still peeing on yourselves? Or
That was just Katrina.
oh yeah, Katrina, you still peeing on yourself? How are things going?
No, I am not.
Okay.
So things are going good with you, or our producer reached out to see if we can get an update.
Well, things were going great. We were dating for like a few weeks, and then something really big happened. And Mike, you want to tell him, or you want me to do it?
No. Yeah, something awesome happened. I got a great offer for a job to move to Hollywood.
What? All right, stuntman.
Yes. Like, I'm a full-time double for my actor, and my girl got to move down with me.
Wait, hold up. Slow it down, Mike. You're just dropping the bomb on us that after dating a couple weeks, Katrina, you moved down with him?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I dropped the bomb on her. I told her I wanted her to come with me.
Oh wow! So you guys have moved to Hollywood now?
Yeah, living together.
Shut up. What made you make that decision, Katrina?
We were in such a good thing for those few weeks that I thought, follow your instincts, girl.
Yeah,
all right.
You never know.
Okay.
Oh my God, I am such a scaredy cat. I don't know if I could have done it.
Me neither.
I mean, if I could get blown out of a building with this guy, I can move to California with him, I feel like.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, how bad could it be living with him if you've already got blown out of a building and peed yourself in front of him? Like,
dude, I would have peed myself on that decision more than the building one. I'm going to tell you what. That's scary.
I think it's great. I get to go on the movie sets with Mike and see him work, which is pretty awesome, and watch other people get blown out of buildings. And a couple of weeks ago, I got to meet Matt Damon, so I'm meeting stars. I mean, it's brief, but it's fun.
Oh my God, your social media profile pics are going to be so much better now.
yeah, and that's what relationships are all about. Like, is if you can make the person's social media better, and that's what it sounds like Mike has done for you.
Congrats, you guys.
That's so cute. How are you doing with it all, Mike?
Well, I think it's awesome. I mean, for her to drop where she was and to trust in a relationship that she didn't really know, it meant a lot. So I think I put a lot into it. I didn't just want her to move out here. I tried to make sure she had a job. Even Katrina, tell them, I mean, you've been even going on set as an extra, and it's been really cool. And who knows? You never know. This might be wedding bells ringing. And
Wow, did you know about this, Katrina?
No, I didn't know about this.
Oh my God!
Well, that's great.
Yeah, I don't mean to jump the gun, but yeah. I mean, things are going great. I'll just put that out there.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. And if they ever don't go great, you're a stuntman. You could always fake your own death very easily. So you can get out of it if you need to.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Talking in my sleep at night.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The girl on the phone for a second date update today says that the guy she went out with was the classiest dude she's ever met. Wow. So I'm assuming they started their date as he showed up on a white steed, dressed in full regalia, and then he jumped off his trusty horse and regaled her with stories of his conquests while they regaled at dinner and she regaled back.
Yeah, there's so much regaling.
Clearly have no idea what the word regalia means, but it sounds appropriate. Summer, did you get regaled on your first date?
That sounds so bad.
No, that sounds weird.
Yeah, it sounds really uncomfortable is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Well, you said that he was classy, so I just assumed that regalia had to be happening somewhere in there.
Well, I mean, he was classy, but I mean, it wasn't anything weird like that.
Okay, so what do you mean by it was the classiest dude you've ever been out with?
I mean, he was just a real gentleman, you know? Like, usually when I go out with a guy, they're nice, but I mean, like this one, when I met him at first, he kissed my hand and everything.
Ooh,
fancy.
That's an old school move.
Yeah, I don't know how I would take that.
I mean, I thought it was very gentlemanlike, like very respectful. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, that was going to be my question because it's a move that not a lot of guys do. So is it creepy or is it cool?
No, it wasn't creepy. He was not a creeper.
Which means he was hot enough to pull it off.
Yeah.
Or she was attracted enough to him.
Yeah, because if you look like me and you kiss somebody's hand, they're like, dude, restraining order time. So, yeah, and need some hand sanitizer quick. So how'd you meet, first of all?
Well, he was a Tinder date.
Oh, okay, so you met classy off of Tinder. This may be a first for anyone.
Rare.
I know. Usually you swipe through and it's a bunch of, well, it's some interesting characters to say the least. But no, he was very nice. Like, he's very professional type of guy. Like, he didn't say anything that was weird or off, and so I was excited to meet him.
Okay.
What's his name?
His name's Daniel.
Daniel. And what'd you guys do when you actually went out?
We went to like a really nice Italian restaurant, actually, and we got some drinks at the bar, and then we ate, and yeah, it was a really great time.
See, I think that he must have been excited going into it too, because if you're not excited, you don't pick a fancy Italian place.
Yeah.
You pick a...
Not everybody's getting the never-ending pasta bowl.
Yeah.
No, she said fancy.
Hey, you know what? That is to some.
Yeah. Breadsticks are good, man. So dinner was good, though? You guys get along?
It was really great. Yeah, we got along really well. He was super attentive. He was seemed very engaged, and he kept complimenting me.
About what?
It was like, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so funny, like all sorts of nice things.
Okay, so if everything was great, then why do you think he's not calling you back?
I have no idea. I mean, there was one part of the date that it seemed a little awkward and off, but we got over that.
What part was that?
Okay, so there was a pregnant woman that walked past, and I just made a little joke, everybody jokes on a first date and stuff, so I was like, oh, gross, I'm so glad I'm not pregnant.
Whoa,
but wait,
so you ripped on
on.
I don't know, if I were going out with you and you ripped on a pregnant lady, I'd be like, this girl's awesome.
No,
I love it. She just rips on anybody. But I could see how somebody would be like, that's a little harsh, don't you think?
It wasn't particularly mean. It was just about the state of pregnancy is uncomfortable, and so everyone knows that. So I was like, oh, so glad I'm not pregnant. That would be horrible. Ugh,
I don't know how much of a joke that is, though.
Yeah, it sound like
maybe
a joke.
something like, oh, look how much pasta that lady ate. That's maybe more of a joke.
The second,
that's like a fat joke. Yeah.
Well,
the second date update is just turned into the proper ways to make fun of somebody. This is amazing. Do we even need to call him to ask for a date? I just want to continue this conversation.
You guys, you're making it seem so bad. It wasn't. It was just seriously me being like, oh, can you imagine if I was pregnant? Oh, wouldn't that be horrible? That was all I did.
If it was awkward about you saying, ick, pregnant lady, what was his response that made it awkward?
Well, he just kind of he kind of stiffened up and leaned back and was he seemed very off put, and he was like, oh, it was just one of those awkward moments where he didn't really say anything, but clearly that affected him somehow.
But you said at the end everything seemed fine.
Yeah, exactly. Everything did. I mean, he kissed me on the cheek, and he was very much see you next time,
Okay. So you said you've tried texting him and calling him. Have you done that a lot or just a few times?
No, I just sent 2 texts, and I tried calling once.
And that's it?
That's it, yeah, because I didn't want to scare him off, but apparently he's already scared off.
For some reason. All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and find out why he's not calling you back in your second date update, okay?
Thank you so much.
Yep, hang on.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Summer is on the phone with us. We just talked to her about her first date with a guy named Daniel. And I would just sum her date up in one sentence. Everything was going great until the pregnant lady showed up. Yep, showed up and ruined everything for Summer, or at least that's what she thinks. Just a quick recap, she met a dude off of Tinder, Daniel, the guy we're talking about. They met up, went to a great Italian restaurant. She said that he was classy and gentlemanly, and then there's one point in the middle of the date that there was a pregnant woman, and Summer decided for some reason she needed to rip on that pregnant woman and looked over and was like, oh, God, could you imagine if I was pregnant right now? That looks terrible. And I guess he sort of tightened up after that, like, that was rude. But it was really just a misplaced joke from Summer, and it didn't work out that well for her.
I mean, I don't hate pregnant women. I just said I'm glad I'm not pregnant right now. I am.
I'll tell you, you sound like a very happy, bubbly person. And as a mom, I'm just going to say, don't take offense to what you're saying.
So she supports you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your support. It means a lot.
But apparently Daniel seemed a little awkward after that, but they still ended the date with a kiss on the cheek. And Summer, according to you, it's one of the best dates you've ever been on, so you can't figure out why he's not calling you back.
Yeah, exactly. Everything seemed to go good except for that one little pocket of time. But otherwise, I mean, we ended so well. I don't get it. Why isn't he calling me?
I wonder if the pregnant lady that you kind of made fun of at the restaurant, that could have been his baby.
Oh, that makes sense. Too.
No way.
It was like an ex-girlfriend that was in there, and he's like, that's my child.
No, that's like a weird sitcom. That's like so light.
Okay, I'm dialing his phone number right now. Here we go.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, is Daniel there?
Yep, speaking.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi.
Hi.
The radio show?
Yeah. Yeah, are you familiar?
Yeah, I've heard it a couple times.
Sweet.
Oh,
what do you think of it?
Yeah, you guys are cool.
You don't mean that one bit. Yeah, you have not listened enough. I could tell that you did not really mean that.
He's like, I heard 10 minutes one time.
No, I did. I mean it.
Okay, sure. You could tell you didn't. You're like, yeah, you guys are cool. I don't know. Yeah, sure, whatever. Well, I'm calling you today because we actually got an email about you.
Okay. About what?
Well, it's from a girl named Summer.
Oh, Summer emailed you?
Yeah, we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. So you went out with Summer, and she's tried to text you and call you since your date, but apparently you haven't responded, so she would call in the big guns.
Oh, boy. All right.
Yeah. So can you tell us why you aren't calling Summer back?
I don't really want to.
Well, she kind of wants an explanation. Dude, we talked to her, right? She had great things to say about you. She said it was like the best date of her life.
Yeah. She was really complimentary.
That's really nice. I mean, we had a lot of fun. It was a fun time.
So you liked it?
She was fun.
Are you not attracted to her? Is that the issue?
No, she's cute. I like her. But it's just not going to work out.
Okay.
Well, why? If she's cute and you had fun.
Yeah, sounds awful.
Is that a problem? You don't like that?
No, I really like that. It's just she lied.
She lied? Whoa. About what?
Actually, let me rephrase that. She wasn't 100% truthful with me.
Okay. But who is on a first date? Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, but I mean, this is kind of an important thing that she wasn't very truthful about.
What was it?
Well, she said her name was Stephanie on Tinder.
Okay.
And then when we met, it was revealed that her name is Summer.
So she uses a different name on Tinder.
Yeah, well, number one, I don't know why someone would do that, but...
I could think of a lot of reasons. Maybe she's got a crazy ex, or she doesn't want people to know, or she doesn't want her job to be able to search her on Tinder.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean, nonetheless, it still wouldn't work out.
Why?
Why is that a big deal?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so her name is Summer.
Her name is Summer, okay.
My last name is Pants, and if we were to, I don't know, like long-term relationship, get married at some point, her name would be Summer Pants.
Come on, that is the dumbest.
I think that's amazing. Yeah. I would love that.
Well, I would not love that. It'd make me very uncomfortable knowing maybe people are making fun of her behind her back or something like that.
Oh, my God. You jumped so many steps, by the way.
Well, I know I'm going fast, but I'm looking for a long-term relationship. So I'm not there to just mess around with people. And
So you're looking for a forever pants.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, don't be a smarty pants,
And
Jubal, okay?
You don't feel like somebody with the name Summer Pants would be the person that you want to be around all the time.
No, it's just a little too awkward.
Okay, but you are so many assumptions here. One, that she would even take your name when you got married. Like, a lot of women keep their last name, and that's fine.
No, I come kind of from a more traditional point of view.
So you want whoever you marry to take your last name?
Yeah, I do.
Even though it's an awkward life to live with the last name Pants.
I know it is. I'm living it.
But you're Daniel Pants, and you don't think Summer Pants would be a good partner for you.
No, I just couldn't do that to her.
All right.
Oh God.
And that's it? That's the only reason?
That is the biggest reason, yes.
That is so
Okay.
ridiculous to me.
Well-
Yes, you could be missing out on the love of your life because of a silly thing.
And years of great jokes.
Yeah, that's a problem for me. I don't want my wife's name to be a joke. I just want us to be a happy family of pants.
Oh, my God.
See, now you're making jokes about your own last name, so you can't really judge.
No, I'm allowed to.
Okay, you're allowed
I see
to.
how it works.
Well, Daniel, I do have to let you know that Summer is on the phone listening right now, and she wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah, you there, Summer
No.
Pants?
No.
I can't believe this. Wait, are you serious, Daniel? Really? It's just because of my name?
Yeah, I mean, your name can't be changed.
But like, this can't be the real reason. Like, there must be something else. And was there something else? Like, you won't hurt my feelings if you tell me.
No, look, I had a great time with you. When I thought your name was Stephanie, everything was fine. And then you told me your name's actually Summer, and that kind of was it for me.
This is so crazy. I just can't believe it. What if like Brooke said, I mean, I can keep my name. I don't have to change over to Pants. I mean,
Yeah, but I'm kind of looking to have someone that has my last name with me.
That is so weird. Yeah, but it's fine.
I can hyphenate. I can always have my full name on the registry, and then
You
it's
want to have a
Summer Stephanie
hyphenate
Pants.
pants?
Hyphen Pants, yeah.
Well, no, I don't care. Like, I really don't care what my name is. I think it'd be fine. I don't think people will think it's weird. And I love the name Pants. It's great. It's only 5 letters. That's perfect.
What?
Well, you know, on the Scantron forms and stuff like that, it's so annoying to have a long last name. I would
see
not
that.
mind shortening down the Pants.
That is true. It's a lot easier to fill things out.
Important things.
Look, I'm looking out for you. I don't want you to go around and say, hi, my name is Summer Pants, and have people making fun of you behind your back. Who knows?
Okay, this is going to sound really weird, but, like, I might just be ignorant. Is this, like, some sort of sex term that I don't know?
No, it isn't.
I don't know it either if you don't know it.
But I think it should be.
I mean, like, you're making such a big deal out of it. I don't know if this is, like, some weird, like, what's
it'd
the
be the
reason? What's
same
so
if-
bad about it?
It'd be the same if your name was Autumn.
Autumn pants or spring pants.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Daniel, I don't think that you're listening to her or anybody else in the room. Like, you are the only one that has a problem with summer pants.
And you guys aren't getting married anytime soon. If you do, you just had one date. Why not give it another shot, Daniel?
I just feel like we really got along well, and I really do want to see you again. And I don't know, like, I mean, I understand that you have reservations, but I mean, I think it's something that, you know, I'm okay with it.
She is so understanding, Daniel.
Really
you are
nice.
going to be missing out if you worry too much about this pants thing.
So, Daniel, would you like to go out with Summer again on a second date? We'll pay for it.
What, you're going to pay for it? Okay.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, let's go to Hawaii.
I'm not sending you to Hawaii, Mr. Pants.
I think dinner.
Well, you said you'd pay for it.
How about this dinner at somewhere local?
Or like a Hawaiian
Cap
restaurant.
$75.
I think that is pretty generous.
Yes, that's great.
You'll do that? All right. It could be a Hawaiian themed restaurant if you want. I don't care. Summer, does that sound good? Another date with Daniel?
That sounds great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations. Successful second date update.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, yay, I'm so excited. You better text or call me back, Daniel.
I will, Summer Pants.
See, now you guys already have a little joke. It could work out.
Yeah, it could. I'm super excited to potentially be Mrs. Summer Pants.
Yep. Don't rush things along, all right? One pant leg at a time.
There it is.
God, thank you so much.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, I wish my last name was Pants. Pickup lines would be endless.
Yeah, that's true.
We're talking about today's second date update. A woman named Summer wanted to call this dude named Daniel, who wasn't calling back after their date. They had a great date. The reason that he wasn't calling back, she didn't tell him her name was not actually, or it was Summer. She had a different name on her profile online, and her real name is Summer. She has it changed for whatever reason. But she told him that her name was Summer, and he's like, I can't date you. Because his last name is Pants, and he didn't want to be dating somebody that would be named Summer Pants if they ever actually got married.
Which is so dumb. I mean, it's like you, Jubal Flag, not dating someone named America.
Yeah, and I would
You
do
know?
that because I think it'd be even better. I'd be like, I love that. So they decided not to go out again. He just couldn't handle her being called Summer Pants. Unfortunately, though, I think that's an awesome name.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Fox. I'd like to date a Harry.
There you go.
You know?
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email us, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
MOViN 92.5 presents.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm not an expert, but I always feel like if you're out on a first date and you don't make it to the intended place you were planning on going to, that probably wasn't a good date. Like if it ends before you actually got to where you wanted to have the date, probably not good.
What if it ends at your house, in your room, your bedroom before?
Like I said, I'm not an expert. That could be a good thing.
Yeah.
Rich is on the phone with us right now. His date actually halfway happened. He never made it exactly where he wanted to go. He went out with a girl named Danielle. They were supposed to go to a Sounders game, apparently. But Rich's email says that they didn't make it that far. What's up, Rich? How are you?
Hey, Jubal.
So tell us about your date. Why didn't you make it to the Sounders game?
I mean, that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out, actually.
Okay, Rich, start from the beginning. Where did you meet her?
Okay, well, I met this girl, Danielle, through friends on Facebook, actually.
Okay.
And, like, right away, like, the first time I saw her, I was like, she's super, super cute. And she seems like, you know, a really cool person from, you know, just from her profile.
Right, some hilarious status updates. You were like, oh my gosh, great sense of humor.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Okay.
And, of course, like, when my buddy's like, oh, dude, she has a boyfriend. You know, her status was, like, in a relationship. She had a boyfriend. And so I kind of just didn't really think about it. And then all of a sudden I see that, you know, her status changed and she's single. So, like, this is my chance.
So you stalked her profile. You stalked her profile for months, waiting until she broke up with her boyfriend. And you're like, now I can pounce.
Oh, man.
Good work.
I mean, not exactly.
Well, a Sounders game is a good first date, though.
Yeah, I mean, I got really good seats, and, like, one of the things that I really liked about her is that she's a Sounders fan, and I thought that would be a really great first date, and you know, she seemed really excited about it.
All right, but your email said that you didn't even make it to the game, so what happened?
Well, I suggested that we just do, like, a little pre-gaming over at my house,
Right.
you know, just to kind of break the ice, I guess, have a couple beers before the game or whatever. And so we're drinking some beers, just kind of, like, hang out, and there was, like, a little bit of a lull, and so I don't know if this was kind of a stupid move or whatever, but I suggested that we play Battleship.
Okay.
Okay.
And so she was up for it, and so, I mean, I kind of, you know, like, letting her win, and, you know, just trying to be a good guy.
Letting her win at Battleship, a game where
Yeah.
you guess numbers.
Yeah, because if I lost, I would never go out on a second date with that guy.
Sliding her
Totally
diagram.
let her win at that game of luck, basically.
I was being nice.
So, yeah, we got to talking, and, like, talking about our childhood and what our favorite games were growing up. You know, she was a big fan of Clue, and my favorite game growing up was Shoots and Ladders.
This is all.
How drunk? Okay, were you guys really drunk?
We weren't really drunk, but we're definitely getting our buzz on.
All right,
for
because
sure.
it sounds like a drunken conversation where you start getting all heated about board games.
So when did the date end?
I mean, it was almost time to go, and she gets a call from somebody, I guess her friend, and she's like, I have to go. It's an emergency.
So are you not believing that it was an actual emergency? You think it was like a setup from her friend to rescue her from the date?
We were having a really good time, and we were hitting it off, and I wouldn't expect it to be like a fake emergency, you know?
Yeah.
But after that, I tried to see if everything was okay. I tried to see what was going on, and called her a couple times, and it's been 10 days, and I just haven't heard from her at all.
From the sound of everything, it sounds like maybe she did have an emergency. Unless you're forgetting something. Are you forgetting something, Rich?
What's that?
Are you forgetting anything about the evening, like when you guys were arguing about board games or something? Did you, like, I don't know, did you call her a I don't know. Who knows?
You sunk my battleship!
Well, you know what I mean? Like, because you call up the second time and they're like, they left a very important detail out like that. It's like, yeah, the guy called me a and I left. You didn't do anything like that. You can't think of anything.
No, I really can't. I mean, we were pretty buzzed, but I don't think I left anything out. I just don't get it.
Okay.
I do think it's weird. Like, if I had an emergency on a date and it was real, I would call the guy back later and say, hey, sorry about that. Let's reschedule.
Did you go to the Sounders game by yourself?
Oh,
still?
sad.
No, I didn't even go, man. Like,
Oh, man.
I didn't have anybody to go with, and I was kind of worried, too. Like, if it was a real emergency, I would have felt bad, like, posting pictures of me having a blast while she was, like, I don't know, at the hospital or something. Like,
Should have gone by yourself and just posted sad selfies, sitting in it next to an empty seat, and then tagged her in it just to let her know how sad you were she didn't make it to the game.
I wish I would have thought of that.
Yeah, see? Full of great ideas. All right, man. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man. Hold on.
MOViN 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Rich wants us to call Danielle. They were supposed to go to a Sounders game together. They partied a little while at his house beforehand. In the middle of that, she got a phone call saying that there was an emergency. She had to leave. She hasn't called Rich since. Rich has tried to get a hold of her and has heard nothing.
Has something like this ever happened to you before on a date, Rich?
No, it hasn't.
Would you describe yourself as a likable guy?
I would say so. I mean, I got a good amount of friends. I feel like I'm a good guy, at least, you know.
Okay. So that's a good question to ask somebody. You don't hear many people go like, no, actually, not likable at all.
I'm a terrible
Actually,
person.
you may say that about yourself,
True. I am
Jubal.
a horrible bore.
Yeah.
You don't want to hang out with me at all. All right, Rich. We're about to call Danielle, see if we can get her on the phone, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Danielle, please?
Yeah, this is Danielle.
Hi, Danielle. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
Nice to meet you, Danielle.
Why are you calling me?
You actually recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and they emailed us because you aren't calling them back, and they desperately want to see you again.
Okay. Well, I'm dating a lot of people right now, so...
You're dating a lot of people?
Good for
Okay,
you.
so if I throw a name out there, you might know who this person is?
I mean, yeah, probably.
His name is Rich, and you guys are supposed to go to a Sounders game together?
Yeah, no, look, I told him I had an emergency.
Right. He told us all of that. But, you know, the speculation comes around to, did you actually have an emergency, or were you bailing on the date? I say that you're bailing, that you didn't like Rich and you wanted to leave.
After hearing her tone of voice, I agree.
Am I right, Danielle?
I don't... Look, if you talk to him again, just tell him it's an emergency and it's an ongoing emergency.
So you... All right.
You can't live in a constant state of emergency, Danielle. It's just not possible.
You have an eternal emergency going on that won't let you contact Rich. I hope I'm not reading into that when I think that you didn't like Rich very much.
Look, if I tell you, you have to promise that this won't get back to him, okay?
Sure.
Because I really don't want to hurt his feelings. It's just, I was in, what?
I mean, just think about it. If you know, Rich is the person who wanted us to call you, so he's willing to hear whatever it is you have to say. But we won't tell him if it's too embarrassing.
Yeah, I really don't want to hurt his feelings.
Neither do I. I like the guy when I talk to him. He seemed nice. I would hate to hurt his feelings.
Oh, my gosh. What is it, Danielle?
Well, I mean, I just got out of a long-term relationship. I'm back on the dating scene.
like I said, I'm dating a lot, you know, because I'm single again. And because I'm trying to be open, I gave Rich a shot. And we were at his place, like playing board games, and he's just kind of dull, you know, he's just not very interesting. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, wow, we're playing board games, and then I'm going to have to go to this 3-hour game and listen to him.
So you thought he was boring?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. That's the truth of it. Sometimes you click with people, and sometimes you don't.
But Danielle, how long were you guys hanging out at the house before you decided that this guy was a total drag?
Like an hour, but
how can you analyze someone in just an hour?
Oh, I think you can.
Yeah, a couple minutes.
You know if you're not having a good time.
Okay, but I mean, don't commit to a 3-hour Sounders game then.
I know. I mean, I love the Sounders, and I thought it would be fun, but that's 3 more hours with this guy, and then it's going to get super awkward afterwards if he tries to, like, kiss me, you know?
Yeah. You're like, I don't want a boring kiss. Thank you very much.
Oh, come on.
I just can't believe you lied to me.
What?
Just lied to me, like, straight up, just, like, faked an emergency call. Like, unreal.
Danielle, that's Rich.
About that.
He is actually on the other line, listening.
Okay, this is not fair. You said you weren't going to tell him anything.
I didn't. You did. So I wasn't lying when I told you that. I'm sorry. But I think Rich needs to know what you think of him if he wants to go out with you so badly. Maybe now he'll leave you alone.
Oh.
I'll definitely leave you alone. I mean, I didn't think I was wasting my time with a liar. You know, somebody who would just only give me an hour to, like, totally impress you and wow you. Like, I'm glad this happened, actually, because that's just like that's a move. I'm sorry.
Good for you, Rich.
Wow. Okay, well, you know, I'm really sorry. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. I'm not a liar. I didn't want to hurt your feelings and tell you.
Like, the idea, like, that you couldn't just, like, be straight up with somebody and just leave me, like, hanging, too.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to, like, leave you hanging. I was trying to be nice. I wasn't interested in you. I didn't want the rest of the night to be awkward, and then that's going to lead you on more. So I figured get out while I can. I made up an excuse so I wouldn't hurt your feelings. That doesn't make me a huge liar. I'm really sorry.
Like, leave me hanging for almost 2 weeks. Like, I've called you, I've texted you. Like, at no point did you think maybe it would be the grown-up thing to do, like, tell this guy the truth so he can actually, like, I just can't believe it.
Okay, well, you know what? If you want the truth, then here's the truth, all right? We played Battleship on our first date, all right? That's not what a girl wants. That's not what any girl wants.
That's not
What are
true.
you talking about?
That is not true.
Brooke, I guess, loves Battleship. That's the way to Brooke's heart. I didn't know that.
Game.
I mean, you didn't even give me a chance. Like, you didn't even give me a chance to go to the game with you and, like, actually show you who I was, who I am. We didn't have a chance to even go together.
I never said I didn't go to the game.
What?
You went to the game? What?
You went to the game?
Yeah, I wasn't going to tell you that I went to the game, but you're kind of being a right now. So if you really want to know, I was not clicking with you at all, and I got a message from another guy I'd been on a couple dates with.
No way.
And he happened to have tickets. So, yeah, I took the chance, and I went, and I had a blast that night, and I would never have wanted to tell you that. Keep pushing.
Are you serious, Danielle, or are you just trying to be mean to Rich because you don't like
I'm
him?
not trying to be mean. I don't want to be mean, but good Lord.
You know what? You, because that's bullshit. Oh, she ended up going to the game. I sat at home worrying about you. Obviously, shouldn't have even wasted any time. You're a man. That's unreal.
Dude, Danielle.
Wow.
Do you have any remorse right now, Danielle, for this or no?
Well, you know, I did. I felt bad the whole time, but now I don't. I really feel like he's being so rude to me. Like, I lied because I was trying to be nice, so I'm sorry.
Wow.
Ultimately, I'm glad, because I don't have time for people like you. I don't have time to be wasting my time on some.
Yeah, Rich, you got games of Battleship to play with tons of other people.
Oh, you guys, this deteriorates
Hey,
quickly.
at this point, I would love to ask you guys if you two would go out on a second date.
Come on, Jubal.
We'll pay for it. Send you to another Sounders game or something. Danielle, are you
Absolutely
interested?
not.
No? Okay. Rich, you interested?
Oh, my God.
Hell no.
Thought for sure you guys would have gone out again.
Weird.
Well, there you go, Rich. You got your answer, man. She lied to you.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Sorry, bro.
Hey, next Sounders game, I'll go with you.
Great. That would be amazing, actually.
Yeah, no, I probably got plans, though. Probably got plans. Sorry about that.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.